Hello and welcome to Planet Power Tarot. This is for the sign of Taurus for September 2022. Now, before we jump into the tarot cards, I just wanted to point out that Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Libra from September 9th through the 22nd or 23rd, and then it will move to Virgo until October 2nd. So you see that Mercury retrograde is a big theme for this month. And so I wanted to address it because that affects us all. And we know that Mercury rules communication, it rules how we interpret, receive, and how we deliver it. It's a time when there's going to be delays, some confusion. It's certainly not a time that's recommended to sign contracts. It's a time to really double check everything, and a period of slowing things down. Because, like I said, technology, flights, all of those things kind of take a spike during these Mercury retrograde periods. So, yeah, and then if since it's visiting your sixth house, Taurus, during this time, this really affects your house of health, your daily habits, your work, your service, your duty. It's all about reevaluating during retrograde time. And I put Venus out here as well because this Venus will be in your fifth house during this retrograde period. And this is interesting because Venus is in the fifth house, and the fifth house is a house of pleasure and fun and desire and love. And it's a perfect house for Venus because she's the goddess of love and just beauty and just money and all things luxe. So this is a period that you're going to be reevaluating that as well. Now, before we jump into the tarot, I'm going to go ahead and make some room here for an oracle card to get a sense of the theme for you, Taurus. And I think what I'll do is healing cocoon of light. Your angels come to you now and surround you in a healing cocoon made of light. Well, that's a beautiful message, especially during a retrograde period. Like staying in a cocoon of light and checking your work sounds like a safe place to me. So yeah, let's see if we can get some cards and get a better feeling of what's going on for you during this time. Anyway, Taurus, this should probably be a welcoming period for you because you're just coming off of the triple conjunction with the North Node, Uranus, and Mars, and it was a pretty hectic summer for you specifically since you were hosting this in your house. So retrograde period sometimes is just an opportunity to slow down, reevaluate. All right, this one jumped out, so let's just go ahead and take it. So this is the Eight of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Hierophant. I'm going to move this down just a smidge. All right. So we have the Seven of Cups, the Hermit, and the Two of Coins or Pentacles. All right, let's see if we can make some sense out of these messages. So I love the Hierophant. The Hierophant is known as the Pope of the Tarot because of the way he's artistically rendered, illustrated with seemingly the Pope's hat and scepter sitting on the altar, similar to in the Vatican. So really what this card is saying then is to gain a spiritual perspective, to look at things from a different point of view when the Hierophant shows up. And clearly, you need some help in that because when we're in the Eight of Swords, we're in our own head. But before that is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands just is a lot of work, a lot of busy work, a lot of details, a lot of things, miscommunication, not on the same page, totally Mercury retrograde energy. And so not everybody sees eye to eye, but mainly because of miscommunication, misunderstandings, not clear messages, not clear goals, all of that. So this is transitory. This is temporary. But I will say that, sometimes in this situation, everybody thinks they're right, so there's no winning there. You just have to walk away from that energy before it reaches a different level. Now, the Eight of Swords. This is self-imposed limitations and feeling bound and imprisoned and not being able to move. And that's a strong energy that you're feeling. Now, I will say that we're also having a full moon, September 10th, I believe, in Pisces. And this is in your 11th house, your house of friendships and community. So during this period, you have a focus. You're focusing on your friendships and your relationships, and whether they're professional or personal. You need to focus on your health, mental as well, and in your body and your routines, because you are looking to have more fun, right? More enjoyment. Venus is here and it's in your house of pleasure. And what can you do to enjoy life? So now we move to the Seven of Cups. And I really like the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups to me is, well, certainly there are choices and there are options. And we understand the cups are emotional. But this also is representative of the collective consciousness, right? These are not just, things necessarily that you think are for you. But it will cause some confusion sometimes because you're not sure which cup to take. And I can tell you, having the Hermit right here next to you, shining his light, will be beneficial because the Hermit is the other spiritual guide for you during this time. The Hermit is known as the Zen master. He is the sage. He has spent his life in solitary, mastering the subconscious. He's very enlightened, and he always stands ready with a lantern to shine on your highest path, your soul path. So you have to listen to your inner sage, that little voice inside of you, because you know which cup to take. You do. Now, the Two of Pentacles represents a shift in energy, a shift in finances, a shift, and that's very normal too during retrograde. So some of you are going to have to do some balancing from one account to another during some type of transition that's going on in your life is what I'm picking up. Now, I like to organize the cards this way because I look at this as your rising sign, your ascendant sign. And that's the personality you show the world. That's your ego. Over here is your sun sign, Taurus. It is your true essence. It's your soul's journey. And we're all here. We've all agreed to be here, right? To have these life experiences for the evolution of our soul. And in a perfect journey, we're balanced, right? And when we're balanced, the right people show up. The right things fall in place. You have your wheel of fortune, you have, abundance, you have those type of things. And when we're out of balance a little bit, which we all are actually during retrograde periods, gives us a chance to reevaluate, then that's when we need to look at, are we operating more on an ego level? Are we operating more on a soul level? Or are we really striving to be whole? Because one does not exist without the other. So this one, too many. I apologize. Let's give this a quick shuffle. Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Sun. We have the Seven of Wands. Beautiful. The Ten of Pentacles. And we have the Devil. Okay. So the Queen of Swords shows up, and I like it because she is the queen of communications. And what does Mercury rule? Communications. So this is very timely. This is a message. This is an invitation for you to be impeccable with your words, to slow down, to be more mindful, to listen more, right? And to double check everything. But the Queen of Swords is oftentimes misunderstood herself because she can be direct. She gets to the point quickly. And some people find that to be harsh. And you have to know your audience, and you have to understand that your tone needs to change based on that audience, and your approach needs to change sometimes. And with Mercury retrograde, everybody should reevaluate their approach and their tone, because a lot of times we're just receiving incorrectly. It's not even how we're putting things out. So just be mindful of that. Next is the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is your strategy, how to move on. And you don't want to share all your plans yet. And I don't mind that, because not everybody is seeing eye to eye, and not everybody is going to support maybe your plans from moving on with your project, with your home, with your plans, whatever. And so there's something that you're just wanting to keep to yourself right now until it reaches a level where you feel comfortable sharing. And that's smart. That really is, especially during retrograde, because you want to double check everything. And I love this. The Sun card is the most joyful card in the tarot deck. This is a yes, yes, yes from the universe, Taurus. Whatever you've been working on, wishing for, hoping for, and manifesting, it's on its way. Truly not a more joyful card in the tarot deck. And then we have the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands represents you in a defensive mode, you reinforcing boundaries. And that's okay. And that's okay, because you're looking at this period of reestablishing certain things that we talked about. Some of those are your friends. Some of those is the community that you have been, a part of for a while. All of these things are being reevaluated right now, and you're looking to kind of defend your time, defend your space, and see what you want to bring with you moving forward and what you want to release. Because remember, to have new things coming in, like this beautiful Ten of Pentacles, we need to release something. So there we have the Ten of Pentacles. Love this for you. This is abundance. This is pure prosperity, emotional, financial, and spiritual abundance. It's generational too. It's legacy wealth. The elders, statesmen of the family, the middle-aged couple, young children, dogs, and it seems like you're in a community. And so you're looking at it, and some of you are looking to move up, to move on to this community. So if those are your plans, bravo. This energy is working in your favor. And then last but not least, I want to talk about the devil for a minute. Now, the devil is just unhealthy attachments. We're holding on to an idea. We're holding on to low vibration thoughts. We're, have discordant energy with certain friends, certain communities. This is the period. This is the absolute period to reevaluate, to reassess, and to untether from anything unhealthy. It will be fine. You are being cocooned in a light. You are being surrounded with healing. This is a beautiful time for you, Taurus, to move forward with your plans. Bravo. So let's go ahead and get one more card. Now, if you haven't done so already, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. I have been reading for many years, but I am new to YouTube. Sharing, commenting would also help raise my level of visibility, so I thank you in advance. Let's have one more card. Let love be your guide. Live a life from love, guided by love. Well, that is your cocoon of light filled with love. That is a beautiful reading for you, Taurus. I'm very happy. I hope you come back to visit me. Please look at my description and come back in October. I'll have more readings. Thank you so much.